Hi, I'm Ellie, and I used to be a love addict. I love love. And it isn't love itself that is a problem. When we connect to love, we feel amazing. We feel good. It isn't love that's a problem. It's needing love outside of us, needing a relationship, needing a partner to feel whole. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about how I moved from needing a relationship to really feeling secure in myself. I still desire a relationship, but because of the mindset work I've done, the practices I've done, and how I've met my own needs, first by becoming aware of what those needs are, that I no longer pull at love. And it's definitely putting me in a good position to not get into toxic cycles of relationships again. So if we aren't doing these processes, these practices, we can end up in relationships that are hurting us, deepening the wounds that we already have over and over again. So moving from needing love to being okay with being single, the first thing that I really learned was that we're abandoning ourselves when we are taking the mindset, we are taking the approach that we need love outside of us. We need someone to meet us in love, to see us, to see our value, to pour into us, to feel the type of love that we want to feel. And I don't know about you, but in my past relationships, that never occurred anyways. So really coming to terms with reality, really coming to understand even more about relationships and how what we think might be going to occur just because we get into a relationship often doesn't occur. And so instead of focusing on how other people can meet my needs, I shifted my focus to what exactly is it that I'm wanting. So when we want to be in a relationship, it's really helpful to ask ourselves why. What is it about a relationship that we're wanting so bad? So for me, the reason even now that a relationship is so appealing to me is this. It's security is a big one. Everybody knows the economy is banana town crazy. Things are so expensive, and it would feel really nice to have support, to have someone to work together with, and to bring that extra safety and security. But when I really reflected on that, I realized that a couple things. One, there's really no the sense of security is false. Anything could happen any day, whether I have a partner, whether you have a partner or not, that would put us in a position of lack of security. So that's an illusion in itself. Just because we get into a relationship, that does not mean that we're going to be more secure. And what I love about this is when I was reflecting on this part of wanting a relationship, the security part, having help and support, was the fact that because I didn't have it, because I don't have it currently today, I need to bring that security to myself. I really need to support myself on a really deep level. And that's beautiful. I'm finding that the more that I root into just myself, just me taking care of me, the stronger that I feel. And it forces me to come into reflection about things like, well, what would I do if the worst case scenario in my mind happened? And so I'll let myself go there and say, okay, this is the worst case. What happens? Well, what happens is I'll get through it. I'll move through it. And so it is allowing me to deepen this trust within myself that I can get through anything. I'm choosing to get through anything that comes my way. And I'm going to continue to really pour into myself, to hold myself, to make the best decisions that I can. So it's really allowing me to become stronger in many ways. And so I really appreciate that. I like to feel strong. So this is a good thing. And by the way, all of these things might be reasons that you want a relationship, right? So the other thing is connection, like having experiences and fun with other people. And so I realized by going out on dates, even with people that maybe I didn't see a potential for a relationship with, not completely ruling it out, but nothing screamed at me like this person and I are going to be in great alignment for a relationship. What I found was that was enough connection for me. Just going out, having conversations, getting to know people, sharing eye contact and laughs was really bringing this life-giving energy into me. And so I really shifted my focus from wanting to go out into dates to find the one, to wanting to go out into dates to look into another person's eyes, have a conversation, get to know someone. And I'm shifting my focus now even more to continuing to do that, but with spring and summer approaching, my goal has shifted from finding the one to finding people to go kayaking with me. And so I find this to be a really helpful mindset shift if we can, instead of be looking for the one or a person that we can get into a relationship with, to what kind of activities do I want to do that really make me happy and feel alive, and can I focus on finding people to do those activities with me. And so all of this has been meeting those two needs. The other need that many of us I want to from a relationship is the sexual connection, right? And so I'm still not someone who can casually entertain sexual partners. It's just not for me. I know way too much about energy transfer, and it's just not in alignment with my values, and that can be really frustrating at times. But just accepting that. So whatever we can't meet, so that's really a need that I feel that obviously we can do things to semi-meet that need, but for me it's just simply not the same. And so for what I can't meet in myself, I meet the best I can. I meet it the best that I can. And then I root into, okay, it's not that I can't have this thing, right? I could go and do that, but really acknowledging, having awareness that is not in alignment for me. That would actually hurt me. And so none of my decisions that I'm going to make are going to be ones that are going to hurt me or be out of alignment for me. No, because self-love, when we love ourselves, we don't make decisions that hurt us. And so accepting that if we can't fully meet our needs that we are wanting to get in a relationship, we do the best to meet our needs. And then when we can't, we just accept that this is. So learning the art of surrendering to what is, not giving up, just accepting what is and working with what is so freeing, so empowering. Really, so letting go of fighting what is. It doesn't get us anywhere if we can't change it. So obviously making changes. So for me, just going out and putting myself out there, going on dates, showing up my authentic self, being open to get to know someone, I'm putting myself in an opportunity to meet someone, to have a relationship with, and I'm fully accepting, I'm present with what is, and I'm not even just accepting it, I've made such a deep peace. So when we can make a deep peace with what is also, and I make a deep peace with what is by finding the good in what is. So, it's really, when we're single, we can get lonely and we can really want a relationship. But thinking back and reflecting back on my previous relationships, there's so many good things actually about being single. And so if we can get into a place where we can enjoy being single, then this really puts us in a place where we can really be creating the feeling state that we want within ourselves. So being single, I love that there's just guaranteed peace. I know that I'm not going to be triggered, even as a very conscious person in relationships. We get triggered in my past experiences with my couple of short relationships, or almost relationships really. The person I was with was getting triggered a lot. And so, it's this emotional experience now that's occurring, and it is the opposite of peace. So I am focusing on, okay, well, as I'm single, I love that when I come home, I am guaranteed peace. There's not going to be any turmoil here. I get to do whatever I want to listen to, watch, do, I get to do. And so I'm really just being grateful for that and relaxing into that and really watching the mind. So the mind, it will feed and activate all kinds of pain in us. And the mind is often creating these thoughts that are just not true. It often catastrophizes, I'm single and I'll always be single, I'll never find love. These thoughts are not true. We have no way of knowing whether that's true or not, except if we focus on that, we will create that for ourselves. So really using the mind in the way of not allowing the mind to just come up with all these random thoughts that evoke a painful feeling state in the body. So when they come up, just really interrupting them. No thoughts, no sir thoughts. So just when we have thoughts come up that are these catastrophizing labels or just complete untruths, we can't prove them to be true, they're just thoughts, to just not interact with them, to flat out challenge them and say, no, there's no, that's not true. And choosing not to go with those thoughts, those assumptions about our future. Really just bringing ourselves back to this present moment, to what is good about now. What can I do? What can I do to make myself feel the best today? What song can I put on that can evoke a fun feeling state, and I can just tap into that energy. So meeting my own needs for fun through music. I really like to put headphones on and dance around and that's fun. So I'm creating my own fun. And so really coming to meet myself, meeting ourselves wherever we need. So what is it that I'm really craving right now? I'm feeling a craving for fun. I'm feeling a craving for connection. So we can, find anything. For me, it's often putting music on and dancing, or, even if I don't have the energy to dance around, just putting music on and lying down and just allowing myself to use the sound that has the frequency of fun, excitement, playfulness, love, and to feel that in my body and just spend time with that there. Yay, I get to feel fun. And I love kayaking, so going out and kayaking, even if I don't have a kayaking partner. So we can find all these beautiful ways to meet our own needs, to work with the mind, to really not be allowing the mind to just run wild with these stories, and instead learning how to quiet the mind, learning how to practice mindfulness. Nature is the most powerful way, music with no sound, like a frequency, or nature is really powerful to just root us back into this present moment and to realize that this present moment, just as it is, me sitting alone in my apartment right now, has so much potential. And we give our power away when we say to ourselves that we can't live the life that we want, we can't feel how we want, and we can't have the experiences we want unless we have someone else to join us. Connection is really beautiful, and so I'm finding that when I go out and I make these connections, and by the way, these are short-term connections. I'll go on a date, 2 dates. Usually I get to 2 dates and then I can see that it's out of alignment. It's not going to work for me. So these aren't connections that are lasting. I don't need that. And I think that a lot of times we have this mindset, this story that we do, that we need people to stay, or we need people to be in alignment with us, in resonance with us. And I'm finding personally that that's not true. So anytime that we can just get out, either going on dates, or if you have the funds to go out and do yoga, or there's these ecstatic dance classes, like festival type things we could do, or anything like that, where we can go out and just have these short-term connections with people, is really surprisingly life-giving, supplying energy to me. And so this has really been an uplifting discovery for me, to realize that no, it isn't that I need right now to have these connections that are long lasting. And it's so empowering to continue to choose, because when we're single, we have a choice. We can meet ourselves more deeply. We can meet ourselves in more awareness, more love, pouring into ourselves, or we can, and that brings life to us, right? Makes us feel alive, connects us to joy, peace, love, fun. Or we can collapse into pain. We can collapse into the pain that's created by those stories, that if we allow them to be there, those either self-loathing stories or these catastrophizing stories about our future, we can collapse into that, and that's our choice. But also we can not do that. We can, in each moment, be with ourselves, use this opportunity as single people to continue to really meet ourselves, to come to know ourselves. What even is it in relationship that we really want? What kind of partner, what kind of values do they need to have for this to be a relationship that is going to be pouring into us, breathing life-giving energy onto us, instead of pouring us down, ripping us down, because it can go either way. And so I think if we're single right now, I'm truly a believer in divine timing. I know that the energy on the planet right now is supporting people, especially people who have done the work, who really have done healing and have come to meet themselves in love, achieve sacred union within, the masculine energy, awareness, the feminine energy, love and feeling, and really met all parts of ourself here. The energy is supporting us to come together, but it's also in divine timing. And if we are not in partnership right now, this is a calling for us to come into even more states of self-empowerment, self-love, becoming more and more aware, and finding ways outside of a romantic partner to pour life-giving energy into us, to meet our needs. And the most powerful thing, I'm going to end on this, the most powerful thing that I know and have discovered is that only we are in charge of and can change and feed into this inner environment that we have. So our feeling state, our frequency, and the type of thoughts that are coming up by embodiment practices. So feeling whatever feeling state we want, using sound, using nature. I love stick figure because it has such a upbeat, powerful, supportive energy. Fun. Love 97 kickstarts, that flowy, sexy, fun. And I can feel any energy. I can feel those energies anytime I want. So I can meet my need for whatever feeling state I want using these tools, like music. It's one of my favorite tools, music and nature. And so we are so powerful. We have so much agency, and by choosing to feel good, no matter where we are in life, we are really, really showing up for ourselves. and we're focusing on the good. And anytime we focus on the good, we pour into ourselves, we are in resonance with other things that are going to pour into ourselves, with other people who are pouring into themselves and therefore can pour into us. When we focus on the good and we feel what we want, we attract more of that into our lives. So this has been such an empowering practice, and I really, really love it. So I know it can be lonely out there and discouraging. There's a lot of things going on that really can make us want to just give up, to collapse into the story and just wallow. And we don't have to, though. We don't have to. There is another way, and we can breathe life-giving energy into ourselves. We can love ourselves, continue to find ways to love and validate ourselves, to be giving us that our own love, our own validation, really seeing, knowing self. You know, a lot of us want to be seen and known in relationships. See, know yourself. It's beautiful. And when we're in this state, when we do go out on dates, it's very obvious to us who is not going to meet us, or we're already meeting us, who's not in alignment for us. And this really is protection. Protection, so we don't get into these relationships that are really going to hurt us. So, and that we have to recover from and heal from. So I am here with you. It's okay. Let me know if you like this video by liking it. I would love it if you would speak to me in the comments. Tell me how you are doing. How are you doing being single? How are you meeting your own needs? And I would love it. I would love it if you would support me by subscribing. Thank you so much, and I would love to connect with you soon. Thank you.